All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. This is episode 969 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Miss Julian, Alpha Sierra, Marcus Kyler, Augusta Delgado, DJ B-Sec, folks from the Miami all the way to San Francisco and the worldwide, as you'll see in just a few minutes, we are all going to be going through the top cyber news stories of the day. If you're looking to get briefed up on what the top cyber news is so you can be a better practitioner, so you can help guide cyber risk reduction at your business, and if you're looking to use this information so you can absolutely choke slam any job interview in our industry, you've come to the right place. That's what's up. We're all about good times. We're all about hard work, support, inclusion, empowerment. We run the gambit here. Welcome to Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am pumped. We got a great show for you today. It is Worldwide Wednesday, so in just a few minutes, we're going to do a little activity showing you just how amazing this Simply Cyber community is. If you're a regular, do drop a hashtag Team SC in chat. I am a regular, so I will be dropping Team SC in chat. Many of you I'll be seeing at Wild West Hackin' Fest in just a few weeks, or Simply CyberCon a few weeks after that. High fives going all around. Just some programming notes. We will be doing the show live from Wild West Hackin' Fest. So if you'd like to get up for the 6 a.m. start time, 6 a.m. local, 8 a.m. Eastern, and catch the live show. We've had a lot of requests over the years to do the show live in front of a studio audience. We're doing it. So if you want to giddy up on that, this is your opportunity. As always, I want to say, if you're here for the first time, welcome to the party, pal. Let us know in chat. Let us know with a hashtag first timer in chat. Go ahead, grab your mobile, grab your keyboard, type in hashtag first timer and hit enter. If today is your first episode with us, we hope you enjoy the experience, and we hope you come back and become a long timer. Many long timers here in the chat. As always, who have experienced it. But you know what? Every single person was a first-timer at some point. We got a great show for you. Again, top cyber news stories. We're going to do 8 of them, 4 and 4. I do have a little bit of a sad news. Alpha Sierra, Marcus Kyler, I'd like to call your attention first. But for the greater Simply Cyber community, time has caught up with us. And Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me is now getting flagrantly copyright strike on the channel, blocking the stream for those on replay. So unfortunately, the train has run out of track on that one, and we are not going to be able to do it in its current manifestation. Maybe we can find some type of rendition or interpreted version of Don't You Forget About Me, but the traditional 1980s Simple Minds version is historically archived at this point. I do see some first timers in chat. First timers, who am I this time? You retracted your message, but it looked like a first timer. We're going to allow it. Welcome to the party, pal. All right. I know a lot of you are upset about the Simple Minds. I myself was bummed out when I saw it this morning. I logged into the platform and saw strike, blocked. And I said, oh no. I knew this day would come. All right, before we get into it, let me say holla, 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 and shout out to the stream sponsor, starting with Anti-Siphon Training. Anti-Siphon Training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by offering high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone. Want to call everyone's attention to the following. Today is September 24th. Today at noon, none other than our very own James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. He is going to be doing a webinar from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time today over at Anti-Siphon, talking about deep fakes, what they are, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself and your organization from it. I'm going to be there. I hope you can be. He's one of our own. I love supporting our community members, and this is going to be good. Hold on. It looks like DJ BSEC is showing us the instrumental. We might be able to do this. BSEC, is that on Spotify? Can we get it on Spotify, perhaps? I'd love to try it. So BSEC is trying to solve our Simple Minds problem. Go to anti-training.com today and register for this deepfakes thing. I'll see you guys all at noon. It is on my calendar. I also want to say shout out to, not delete me, Flare Academy. Go to simplycyber.io / well, actually you can't now. Flare Academy. Yesterday they ran the Russian cyber criminal ecosystem training. I did not get to go to it because I was having coffee with Mad Destroyer downtown at a delightful little coffee shop as we talked about Simply CyberCon and the speaker events. But if you had a chance to go to it, the Russian Cyber Criminal Forum ecosystem, Flare Academy is bringing top speakers to you for these 2-hour deep dive long form webinars. And they talked about the Russian Cyber Criminal Forum ecosystem. I do hope that they recorded this. I wanted to watch this. Let me know in chat if you did. You can go to flare.io for the Flare Academy. You can see right here under Learn, Flare Academy. I love Flare as a cyber threat intelligence platform, but also for what they do, bringing these webinars. I don't know what their next one is. Let's check it out. Let's see what their next one is. Where's the category here? All right, it looks like October 15th. They're talking about the future of cybercrime, Obscura. New to me. I don't know what Obscura is, but that's why you go to these. Quantum threats, AI deception, fractured trust models, and state-backed ransomware. Oh my God. This is quite the look. So go ahead. Here's a link to it. Flare Academy. Get the value. Guys, I always tell you do the free stuff first. This is another piece of free. You know what else you can do for free? If you've already paid for Microsoft 365 and you haven't actually configured it properly, what are you doing? If you don't know how to do it, that's okay. You know what? Cap Talks has a question in chat. When is Professor Black Ops coming out with his course? I'm glad you asked that question. I actually met with Professor Black Ops Monday, and the course is right there. He just needs to add a little bit of like meta data to it. So it's a full course, not just a collection of videos. We are hoping to do that very soon, Cap Talks. So like maybe as early as November 1st. So stay tuned for that. Hey guys, go to fortify365.com today. Check out Barricade Cyber's M365 configuration opportunity. TLDR, if you are not configured your M365 instance correctly, you're taking on risk for no reason. Get some help. Microsoft 365 is very powerful, but you need to be able to leverage it, okay? I'll drop a fortify365.com today. Okay. Woo! All right, guys. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot, file it away, and once a year, count those screenshots, divide by 2. That's what's up. That's all you got to do. We do have a Royal Philharmonic Orchestra version of Simple Minds. We'll give it a shot today. But right now, we are going to blow out the copyright anyways. I cut this part out. So on replay, I'll cut the Worldwide Wednesday out so it can eliminate that. We got some first-timers in chat. R2 Dave 2. First of all, love the name R2 Dave 2. Second of all, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. Long-timers, squad members, if you can welcome R2 Dave 2 to the party. Let's go. R2 Dave 2, you picked a good one. It is Worldwide Wednesday. You know what that means. It means we take 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and we see just how amazing this community is. It's one of the best activities. You're going to blow your mind. R2 Dave 2. Check this out. When I tell you when, you tell me where it is. I got to set the timer for 2 minutes. Here we go. Tell me where you are. Where are you, R2 Dave 2? Drop it. Welcome to the party. Let's go. Who's got it? Carrie's in Texas. North America's online. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Kathy Chambers is here. We got Florida. Rich 464 bringing Canada online. North America fully represented. Let's go, San Antonio. I see you. Palm Beach, Florida, Marlon Johnson's. Dream Logic's in the Philippines. We got the Pacific Rim online. Very nice. Toronto's in the house. Orlando. Drago's bringing Europe online. What's up, Romania? Good to see you. Hey, New York City. George is in the hizzy. Nottingham, England. We got the UK across the pond. Colombia, Juan David Aragon bringing on South America. Look at us just crush it. Hey, Jerry. Michael Vito's from the Philippines. Kuda Chimera is bringing on the Africa. Where's Zimbabwe, yo? I always get Zimbabwe and Zambia. Hold on. I have a cheat code. Zimbabwe, landlocked. Long Island, New York, Bangladesh, Rahman. We got Asia Pacific, Asia proper on. Guys, if Australia tunes in, we did it. Warren, Michigan. What's up, Sierra Leone? More Africa in the hizzy. Boom. All right, Finland. We got Scandinavia online. What's up, Finland? Good to see you. Kentucky. I love it. Dirty Jersey. Double dirty Jersey. Uh-oh. Philippines. Cordola's Buck is in Germany. Good to see you, Germany, this morning. Hey there, Canada. Dublin, Ireland, to the other side of the UK. Very nice. Colombia and Germany. We nailed it. Togo. Let's see where Togo is. Boom. Togo is online. Ooh, that's a tight little guy in Africa there. Philly, Tanzania. You know I know where Tanzania is now. Love it, love it, love it. Funky Monk bringing us home right at the buzzer. About 10 seconds left. Funky Monk brings us online with Australia. All right, guys. Like, see what I mean? Hey, R2 Dave 2, you didn't know you were going to get this today. North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia. This is live right now across the world. It's 8 a.m. Eastern time here in the East Coast. We have people up at all hours of the day, all hours of the night, and we are an international community. This is what diversity, inclusion, and just community is, guys. Crush it, crush it, crush it. Oh my God. Congratulations, everyone. I love when we crush it. All right, real quick, let's hear from Threat Locker, and then I'm going to melt your faces with the top cyber news of the day. Let's go. I want to give some love to the daily cyber threat brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Hero support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. All right, it's time to let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us all in an awesome wave. I will see you. Let's load up the stories. There they are coming down. Let's go.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. European airports restoring services after system breach. A ransomware attack on Collins Aerospace, a subsidiary of RTX, disrupted check-in systems at major European airports, including Heathrow, Brussels, Berlin, and Dublin, causing long lines, delays, and hundreds of cancellations over the weekend. ENISA confirmed it was a third-party ransomware incident, but withheld details on the malware. Brussels Airport canceled nearly half of Monday's flights. Dublin and London continued manual check-ins. Collins says fixes are in the final stages.
Okay, so third-party supply chain attack. This was like an independent not independent, but this is a third-party service that provides a very niche service. They run the check-in kiosks at the airport. You ever walk in there and you like self-serve yourself? Yeah, the airlines don't own those things. They kind of like lease them or whatever. And this company runs the software. Okay, cool. Cool. Just like the car dealership ones a couple of months ago, where all the car dealerships in the US couldn't sell cars because friggin' the software was digged up. I think it was CTX or something like that. Anyways, that's what's up. Okay, so this is a perfect example of business impact and business continuity all day long. Okay, I don't even want you to really okay, people's flights were impacted. This happens. What I want you to take away from this is business continuity. Okay. And R2 Dave 2 and other people, Tamika, who are also first timers in chat, just so you know, GRC is a real thing. And this is where GRC reigns supreme. By the way, just a little quick shout out here, like representing the GRC mafia up in this mother trucker. Listen, you need to plan for downtime procedures. Okay. If the airlines depend on the check-in kiosks, right? That's a mission critical service. Then you need to have backups. Either, have a backup kiosk you can wheel out there and allow people to check in, or more likely and more appropriately, train your staff to do manual check-ins. Okay. I would even go as far as to offer having communication out to your customers. So in this instance, sending out an alert or a text message or whatever to people who are registered to fly out of those impacted airports on your airline that day. The airline knows who's going to be on their planes. Like, right? You've had a change in your flight and gotten a text message or an email. Message and say, hey, listen, there are some issues at the airport today. Plan on arriving an hour extra early or whatever. Right? So this is for the airport, but if it's you, right? Say you work in a hospital, right? Now hospitals do downtime procedures anyways, but if you work in a hospital, that's a great opportunity. What happens if the EHR goes down and people can't schedule appointments? What do we do? Look at Change Healthcare. That's screwed up stuff. Like, if you're not walking through these scenarios and thinking through it with the business, then when you get punched in the mouth, that's when you're going to figure it out. And trust me, you're going to look like an absolute donkey when you're trying to sort out how are we doing things here in the middle of a crisis. All right. That's not the time to figure it out. Of course, as always, tabletop exercises. I love the ransomware one as a basic tabletop exercise. But, if you get going with these tabletop exercises, you can start introducing very specific scenarios like, hey, let's pretend that the check-in kiosks don't work all of a sudden. What do we do? Right? Oh, that'll never happen. Okay, well, let's just pretend it does since we don't control it. Basically, supply chain third-party risks is such a real thing right now, and there's been numerous instances. Look at Salesforce. Look at Snowflake. Look at Change Healthcare. Like, look at SolarWinds. Like, I could go on and on. Okay, so it's a real threat. It's totally common. So anywhere in your organization that you're relying on third party to deliver some mission critical service, make that one disappear in a tabletop scenario and see where people land. Okay, let's keep cooking.
CISA deals with GeoServer exploits. CISA reports that attackers breached an unnamed U.S. federal agency last year via an unpatched GeoServer vulnerability. By exploiting the RCE flaw, threat actors deployed web shells like China Chopper, moved laterally using brute force password attacks, and accessed SQL and web servers, remaining undetected for 3 weeks. CISA is urging rapid patching of critical vulnerabilities, continuous monitoring of EDR alerts, and strengthened incident response to prevent similar breaches. App for Audi.
All right, couple things. You gotta patch it. For the Gen X in chat, Space Tacos, get ready to drink. It's GeoServer, not GeoCities. So don't be confused about that. Your GeoCities site is good to go. And you kids in chat, GeoCities was it was where you could have your very first footprint on the internet before social media. What's up, Wade Wells up in here, San Diego zone. All right, so guys, GeoServer exploit is out there. I've never even heard of GeoServer. But there's a remote code execution vulnerability. It has been patched back in June. So really, there's no reason that you shouldn't have patched this one. Okay. Also, with vulnerabilities, there's now proof of concept exploits published online. As always, a vulnerability, severity is a dynamic value. Okay. Don't think like, oh yeah, vulnerability 9.0, it's a 9.0 all day long. No, like it increases in severity as exploits get written, published, available online, et cetera, et cetera. Tutorials, people will post like YouTube videos on how to exploit these things. So you got to get up on it. I will say that they mentioned there's 16,000 GeoServers exposed online. You can use a tool like Shodan or Zoomeye, as they mention here. I'm not familiar with Zoomeye. I think I made a video about Zoomeye back in like 2020. Okay, so this is not a website. Tony MBA, 36 months, interviewing later today for a risk analyst role. Heck yeah, buddy. Go crush it, dude. Another thing that they mentioned is once the server is compromised, threat actors start trying to upload web shells, basically so they can get, access, come and go as they please, right? China Chopper is if I'm not mistaken, didn't FireEye name that? I think FireEye named that one. Anyways, it's a common web shell. As far as I know, you can not find it easily, but like this is a wicked common web shell that's, I would assume, has really well-defined IOCs and telemetry. Obviously, you don't want web shells in your environment. Another key note here. So obviously, left of boom, you want to patch the GeoServers. Then you might want to go threat hunting to see if you've been compromised already to include those web shells. They mention here that threat actors are primarily relying on brute force techniques to obtain passwords for lateral movement. So instead of dumping creds with like Mimikatz or something like that, they have a password list, and they're just trying to run through the password list and identify if they can get granted access or not. I find it interesting that they would use this technique, but I mean, maybe it's more common than I thought, but it just seems really loud, like really noisy. Like if you're trying to log into a file server from Carl's laptop or from so this GeoServer gets compromised, then all of a sudden the GeoServer is trying to remotely log into a file server on the network, and it's like 300 attempts in 10 seconds. Like that's all day long. That's obvious in the logs that is a compromised asset that's banging on the door. So I'm just surprised, honestly. Wade Wells, if you want to chime in on chat, is this surprising or not? All right. So even though they were Jesus, man. So even though they were brute force attacking, which is basically trying to repeatedly log in with different credentials to see if they work or not, they still went undetected for 3 weeks. They did get into the SQL server, and that's when alerts started firing off. I mean, whatever. I hate to. It's complicated. Okay, it's hard. It's complicated. But to me, it's nuts that this thing was just like loud and noisy, like a bull in a china shop for 3 weeks before it got detected. So you want to patch it and then go threat hunting to see if you've been compromised. GeoServer, if you're not running it, you're good to go.
Charlie Kirk's critics leaks personal data. An app called Cancel the Hate, created after Charlie Kirk's murder to let users anonymously report people accused of criticizing him, leaked personal data, including emails and phone numbers. Security researcher Bob DeHacker found flaws that exposed user profiles and allowed account deletions. The app was taken offline after Straight Arrow News confirmed the breach with leaked data from 142 users. Jaguar Land.
All right. If I had to guess, this was probably some vibe coded app. Again, I'm not going to. It's not a political show. We're not going to. I don't want this to turn into. Thank you, Priceless Pancake. We're not going to turn this into a anything to do with this particular event. The problem is this app, like basically you would want anonymity, right? Like if you're like basically reporting on your neighbor that, oh, this person's spreading, hate or whatever. This is a very divisive type mission here or submission. But now these people are being outed, right? If I had to guess, it's vibe coded. Let's take this story about vibe coding really quickly. I have talked to a couple people who have done, are working with Cursor. And they, you vibe code it, right? You're like, oh, hey, like make a web app that does this. Now add this. I don't like that. Change this. Okay, you got an app. My friends who are doing this, I had a call the other day. They said these apps are developing software that has fundamental security flaws, like day one security flaws that modern software developers do not make. Okay. So two things. One, there's definitely a business opportunity here. If you can vibe code up some type of app that will, do security analysis and then it fix vibe coded apps, there's a huge market there. Number two, we are literally entering into what I would call, I'm predicting this. Hey, R2, Dave 2, and Tamika, since you're first timers here, every once in a while I step into Liquid and make some wild speculative hot takes. And I use a little tinfoil hat there. Here's my hot take. We're about to enter the golden age of 2.0 of security researchers getting CVEs all over the place in major news stories. So if you are looking to build a brand as a security researcher, if you're looking to get CVEs and do bug bounty type stuff, oh my God, you should be putting on like a lobster bib, like you're the wolf in one of these Looney Tunes cartoons, and you're just salivating with your fangs and your fork and knife, because all these vibe coded apps are basically not secure, right? So people whip them up. They don't really know what they're doing. They're not software developers. They're just maybe business people who are like, ooh, I got an idea that can make me some money. And then they puke them out. This this app, all these apps, dude, they're just getting punched in the mouth. So if you're looking to, exactly. I'm going to turn into a newsie. I'm going to get the little Rascals hat, put on suspenders and wool pants and stand on the street corner and be like, get your CVEs here. Get your CVEs here. Maybe throwing CVEs at people like a paperboy in 1918. All right, let's cook.
Rover extends shutdown following cyber attack. Jaguar Land Rover said Tuesday its global operations will remain shut until at least next month as it recovers from a cyber attack that has halted all car and parts production since early September. The company is losing an estimated 50 to 70 million pounds daily, with thousands of agency and temporary staff let go and others on reduced pay.
Yeah, this sucks. Dude, by the way, I have heard the number of how much they're losing a day fluctuate wildly. I've heard a couple million a day. She just said 58 million a day. Last week they were reporting $98 million a day, right? All these things, dude. All I know is Jaguar's gotten hosed. They were, everything was digital up there. It's like one of those, what do they call those people? Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. They never stopped to think if they should. Okay. So Jaguar's been down. You know what bothers me about this one or sucks about this one? Yes, it's manufacturing. No, I'm not happy about it. No, I don't think the threat actors should do it. Yes, I think Jaguar probably didn't do a great job of business continuity on this one. But my heart goes out. I looked it up on Tuesday. I guess that was yesterday. Jesus, man. I looked it up. 33,000 people basically got fired overnight or let go overnight. 33,000 people. And in my mind, if I'm doing like, conservative math, right? Let's say that, a married couple works there, right? But not all of them, right? So if there's 33,000 people that got laid off immediately that worked at this plant, let's say that's 25,000 families. So I'm assuming 8,000 of these people like live in the same household as other people that work there. Again, I think that's incredibly conservative. That's 25,000 families who now don't have a paycheck. 25,000 families who in this economy are trying to figure out if they've been living month to month, how they're going to deal with this. So the impact isn't, this luxury brand vehicle, they can't make an extra $58 million, like where, it's the haves and have-nots. And I'm like, sitting down at the bar, drinking a Genesee cream ale, talking about how the big wigs down at the plant, the Gilded Age people, the Vanderbilts who run this Jaguar dealership, they're getting theirs. No, I'm not sitting at the bar drinking a Jenny cream ale because I am out of a job and I'm like sweating on how I'm going to pay to feed my kids. So the impact is greater. And I just want to put a point on this one. As a business owner, like I know people get kind of wrapped up in business and the money and the metrics and P&L and all that other jazz. But like when you are employing people, to me, you have a incumbent responsibility to protect those people, which includes protecting the organization so it doesn't get friggin' shut down overnight and impact all these people. You know what I mean? It sucks. It just sucks. And like, also like, way to go, Jaguar. Like, I get it that they laid all these people off because they don't have work to do. But at the same time, like, shame on you, man. Like, that's your business continuity plan is to fire everybody.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Conveyor. Have you been personally victimized by a questionnaire this week? The queue never ends. But Conveyor can change that story. With AI that answers questionnaires of any format and a trust center that handles document sharing, security reviews get done without the stress. Feel calm in the chaos with Conveyor. Learn more at www.conveyor.com.
All right. We're going to try this. All right, here. All right, we're trying it out. Be open-minded to it, okay, everybody? And for you first-timers here, we normally play Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Due to copyright strikes, we're trying to find an alternative. Inside and out, baby. Don't you? Yeah, we know the songs. All right. Hey, guys. Thank you to the stream sponsors, Barricade, Anti-Siphon, Flare, and Threat Locker. Love it, love it, love it. Here we go. Yes, look at it. We're trying new things out, okay, guys? Like, allow us the grace to figure this out. Oh, I can't show this. All right, guys. Well, we did Worldwide Wednesday on the mid-roll, so we don't have that. Let's go ahead and jump to the la-la-la-las. Here we go. I don't know where the la-la-la-las are. All right. I don't know, guys. We're trying it out. I don't know if this is the solution. This can be the Royal Philharmonic episode. We'll go with that. We'll keep looking. We'll keep digging into the crates and see if we can't solve the Simple Minds issue. Guys, thank you very much. And really quick, you know the words. La, 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 la. All right. Let's keep cooking, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Feds say 100,000 card farms could have killed NYC cell towers. The U.S. Secret Service said it dismantled a covert cellular network of more than 100,000 SIM cards and 300 servers near New York City that posed an imminent telecommunications threat ahead of the UN General Assembly. Officials said the foreign-linked network could have shut down the city's cellular system and targeted communications of government and emergency personnel. The equipment was found within 35 miles of the UN and is now under investigation as agents analyze data from 100,000 phones.
All right.
Iran.
We got some super chats coming in. Cyberlorian, own it, Jerry, volume up. Thank you, Cyberlorian. Tal also with a super chat here saying, hold on, let me love this. Thanks for providing such wonderful content. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tal. I definitely appreciate that. Here, let's get everybody, since we'll do that. Yeah, appreciate it. Here, do I have any of these things? No, I don't. Okay, so this was big news. There was actually like a really big graphic. Oh, here we go. as I say it. Basically, not only was it like kind of a fake cell system, but had 100,000 SIMs, so it appeared to be, like 100,000 different people. I did not fully understand this. And if anyone has hot takes on this one, please. I didn't understand what the goal was here, right? So if you can have 100,000 SIM cards, so it looks like 100,000 phones. What exactly is that? Like, they're not SIM swapping, they're not SIM cloning, are they? Where they could spy on people? Or the only thing I could manufacture on my own was that they could clog the network, kind of like on 9/11 when the cell phone systems went down because everybody was calling everybody and it just locked everything up. That's why first responders, if you didn't know this is pretty cool. First responders can get access to like a prioritized quality of service network during a crisis. Okay, so I guess our resident Justin Gold has usually got his fingers in all the pies around different theories. Nothing was released as to what exactly was happening. DJ Bisek thinks it's money. I agree. I would agree that this could be money. I mean, I could see like SIM farming, like
become best friends. Yep.
Like ad click farming and stuff like that. Robert Hendrickson with the super chat. Thank you. Never know what I'm going to get. The show rocks. Thank you. Yeah, we never know what we're going to get either. That's why I don't prep or research for the show. It's authentic. So I wonder how they even found this, by the way. Secret Service wouldn't go into detail, citing the active nature of the investigation that it said the SIM farms were used to conduct multiple telecommunication-related threats directed towards senior government U.S. officials. So, I mean, there's no details here. I hate to sound like a cynical prick, but like this seems like this seems convenient to give carte blanche authority to that law enforcement agency to just go where they want to. But 300 co-located SIM servers, 100,000 SIM cards, multiple locations. Yeah, my only thought is it's some type of fraud ring, right? If you look at either fraud ring or misinformation campaign, right? So as social media companies get better about identifying bots and seeing legit or illegitimate traffic, if you have a unique phone, a unique SIM card, that makes it look a little bit more real than having like one computer blasting out 100,000 different messages. So I could see it as part of a coordinated misinformation infrastructure as well. So yeah, I mean, we could do denial of service on the cell towers. We could, it's in New York, right? So it could have been for eavesdropping somehow, or, basically like denial of service attack. Imagine, if you will, 100,000 different 100,000 different phones, all text messaging the same phone all at once. That would pretty much nuke your phone from being accessible. Yeah, Steve Young says this farm could text everyone in the U.S. in 10 minutes. Exactly. So I do think it's fraud basis or misinformation infrastructure, but without any additional information, this is interesting, but like whatever, there's nothing else. I can't do anything until more information comes out.
European group Nimbus Manticore expands European targeting. Iran-linked hacking group Nimbus Manticore is targeting aerospace, telecommunications, and defense firms in Denmark, Sweden, and Portugal. Using spear phishing campaigns disguised as job offers, the group deploys multi-stage malware that steals credentials, exfiltrates files, and executes remote commands while evading detection through DLL sideloading, code obfuscation, and valid code signing certificates. Police dismantle crypto.
All right, so this is specifically targeting Denmark, Sweden, and Portugal, but this attack technique would work on any country, so it's not really specific to Denmark, Sweden, and Portugal. But as they point out in the story, if you are in those spaces, you have heightened risk. We did Worldwide Wednesday. We did not have a Denmark, Sweden, or Portugal into the chat. So Finland, if you want to be responsible for letting Sweden know, and I guess Germany, you're as close as we can get to Portugal, let them know, please. And I guess Denmark. Let's divide and conquer. Romania, Dragos, you're responsible. Well, I guess Germany touches Denmark. All right. So basically this Iranian-based threat actor who's named Nimbus Manticore, which I don't know why, but I don't like that threat actor name. I don't think this is very good. I don't have a good reason, but they're targeting these people and spear phishing attack with fake job offers, getting them to load malware, and then they're doing data exfiltration. Okay. I don't know what this threat actor's main goal is. You got to remember, when you're targeting individuals about getting a job, there's a couple, I mean, for me, there's a couple things, right? Like, think about it. Number one, you can't guarantee that people are going to be trying to like get a job at work on their work computer, right? I know some people do it, but for the most part, I mean, think about yourself. If you've ever been trying to like get a new job on the side, you're being not deceptive. You're being discreet at work, right? Because you don't want your employer to know. And I'm just being real, by the way, okay? Like, I've done this. I assume other people have. So now this Iranian threat actor, like, they're infecting your like home computer. What I mean, and then you're looking for a job, right? So they can't even guarantee where you currently work or that you even currently have a job. So for me, I don't know, man. It just seems like, I hate to be so pragmatic, but like, if my moral compass is going to snap and I'm going to go after some people and start doing cybercrime, I'm maximizing my revenue, or I'm maximizing like the value of the target I'm going for. I'm not just casting a net and hoping that I catch some, shrimp, or what do they call those, crawdaddies or whatever Justin Gold was talking about the other day. Oh, like, I'm not going for that. I'm gonna go develop an awesome trident like I'm Neptune, and I'm gonna go find a big, fat whale, and I'm gonna go after that. So like, I don't know what their goal is here, but as a practitioner, I would definitely, this is a sophisticated threat, multi-stage DLL side loading, inflated binary sizes that will bypass antivirus scans because the binary is too large to be scanned, valid code signing certificates, right? This is not this is not a college dropout vibe coded piece of malware. This thing is got some functionality. It's just, I don't understand who or why they're targeting who they're doing. So anyways, educate your workforce. Tell them, I've said this before, tell your workforce, be real about it, right? Like, just state the obvious. Hey, listen, everybody, I know we all say we're a family here, but guess what? Many of us at some point will get a new job. Just be aware that if you're getting a new job and you're trying to do it on the side, that's whatever, like that happens. Threat actors are doing this, so don't fall victim to it, especially with a work computer, because if you infect us on your way out, oh boy, we're going to slap you with a rubber hose. I mean, don't say that part, but just basically education is the key here.
To fraud ring. European authorities arrested 5 suspects linked to a cryptocurrency investment fraud ring that stole over 100 million euros from more than 100 victims. The operation, coordinated by Eurojust and supported by Europol, targeted investors across 23 countries since at least 2018, using professional-looking online platforms to promise high crypto returns while funneling funds into controlled bank accounts. Law enforcement froze accounts and assets in Spain, Portugal, Italy, Romania, and Bulgaria.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. Straight cash, homie. I can wrap my head around this, dude. Straight cash, homie. $100 million in pounds. 100 victims, 5 suspects. Let's go. 20 million each. Again, I don't support or condone this, but like, I can wrap my head around this one. I get it. Oh yeah, by the way. Regulators, mount up. All right. 5 places were searched at the same time. I love coordinated law enforcement takedowns. Interpol, stop. Behave, Interpol. They got the ringleader here, the main perp. That's awesome. Yeah, so this guy was basically just your classic run-of-the-mill crypto fraud dude. Hey, I'm going to give you high returns in crypto. Unbelievable. You know, but instead of being Alex Machinsky or not James Vanderbeek, what was that guy's name with the stupid hair? Looked like a mess. FTX. What was his name? Sam Bankman-Fried. Not to be confused with James Vanderbeek. Definitely not the same. This guy is doing the same thing, except he's just more illegal. Chuck Sapp with 5 gifted subs.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Thank you, Chuck Sapp. All right. Yeah. Dude, anytime someone offers you high return on investments, chances are they're criminals. Seriously, like, dude, if someone had a game where they could make high returns on investments, why wouldn't they just get high returns on their own investments? What do you think they're doing? Like philanthropy? Please. Oh, this is nice. When you try to get your money out, there's additional fees. Sounds like the Marriott for Simply CyberCon. Oh, you want something? Yeah, sure, no problem. Here's like, we took Ticketmaster's playbook. Just here's 25% fee for no reason. Yeah. So anyways, I hope that they're able to recover this money. I hope this individual does a perp walk and is held accountable. And, you know, unfortunately, this type of thing, dude, is not going to go anywhere, right? Charles Ponzi, Bernie Madoff, this dude, Alex Machinsky, dude, when there's big money involved and people can swindle and hoodwink victims into giving them the money, it's going to keep happening. I bet you it happened in the 1500s, the 1600s, the 1700s. This is a tale as old as time, man. If people have money, other people want to take it from them. And you can either work hard and earn it, or you can rob them. But also, if you rob them, mount up. But you know, some people don't have time to work hard.
Ain't nobody got time for
Hotels
that.
checks back in with AI coded malware.
I just wanted to play that sound effect, by the way.
Kaspersky says the hotel hacking group Revenge Hotels has resurfaced with AI-generated malware that makes scams harder to detect. The crew is apparently sending phishing emails disguised as booking requests or job applications, which then drop Venom Rat to steal guest payment data. Using AI-coded variants helps evade older security tools while still relying on familiar social engineering tricks. Kaspersky warns hotel guests face rising risks of card theft, even at trusted properties.
All right. It's interesting. I don't hear about these particular attacks as often as I would think. So we've heard a lot, Scattered Spider, Lapsus attacking help desk, people who are designed to help. They're designed to pick up the phone. They're trained to pick up the phone and help the person calling them. And threat actors are exploiting that. This right here, dude, the hospitality industry, that's the friggin' name of the industry. They're there to be hospital. They're there hospitable. They're there to hook you up. They're there to help. So what these threat actors are doing is basically reaching out through email and, phishing and all these other attack vectors to hospitality people saying, oh, hey, here's a booking issue or whatever, and tricking them into running a remote access management solution. And, they friggin' log in and now they got your box. And at that point, you're screwed. All they're doing now is using AI to move faster, quicker, stronger. AI generated code, which makes the intrusions harder to detect because it's, more effective. Here's what I would say, dude. If you work in hospitality, if you are working in information security in hospitality, you absolutely should be educating your workforce, not just the help desk and support people. I'm talking front desk people, anyone that touches or interfaces with customers in hospitality should be getting educated on this attack technique. And not just because Revenge Hotels threat actor group is back, but because it's a best practice in general. Also, I want everyone to know, because this just got official yesterday, I'm actually doing a cybersecurity awareness month campaign for the month of October. I'm actually partnering with Cisco, the same Cisco that you are thinking of. And we're doing a whole month of stuff. And they actually, basically, they just said, why don't you decide on how all this is going to work and we'll support you. We want to do something with you. And I said, all right, let me handle it. So what I decided to do is there's 5 weeks in October. So the first one's short. I'm going to do Cybersecurity Awareness Month in the age of AI. And each week is going to have a separate segment. So the first week is your traditional for the workforce, which is what most people think about during Cybersecurity Awareness Month and why people get tone deaf on it. But I'm actually going to do Cybersecurity Awareness Week for executives, Cybersecurity Awareness Week for cyber pros like me and you on how to skill up. Okay? Yes, I am. Simply Cyber is collaborating with Cisco of Cisco Technologies, not Cisco of the thong song, the thong, da dong, dong, dong. All right. Anyways, I'm super excited about the Cybersecurity Awareness Month because I get to control it. And if you know me for a minute, I try to be super cool. I'm not, but I also am a type A control freak personality type person. And I've been given not just the reins, I've been given the whole horse and carriage and told to go. So I'm super pumped about Cyber Awareness Month. I was actually working on some content this morning. I'm excited about it when I get up at 6 a.m. and I start working on something. So anyways, that's what's up. All right, let's continue to cook. Thong, 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 thong. Drink. All right, everybody. We are crushing it like a bunch of bosses. I want to say thank you all so very much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the show. R2, Dave 2, come on back. Tamika, come on back. Everyone in chat, don't go anywhere because we are going to be pivoting like Ross and Friends drank to Jawjack in a 30-minute AMA segment hosted by Jerry Guy, my alter identity. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. If you got to go, peace out. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you, international community, for Worldwide Wednesday. Until next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jawjacking. I am your host, Jerry Guy. For the next 30 minutes, I'll be answering all the questions I possibly can. Throw them in chat with a Q, and I will do my best to either answer them or get those questions answered for you. Now, if it wasn't going to be a copyright strike, I would play Tootsie Roll. You know that song? Remember that one? Or I owned the single cassette for Daisy Dukes. Yeah, there was like in the mid 90s, there was like a hot minute where like Rex and Effects Rump Shaker, like all the rap music videos were basically the same. It was like poolside. I might actually do like a jam session today. Woo! All right, guys, where are we at? Hit me up. All right. Hopefully you guys are excited. Hey, Simply CyberCon. Simply CyberCon is coming, guys. Please, I mentioned this before on Monday. I'll mention it again. We did have some registrations register. Listen, if you are coming to Simply CyberCon on November 3rd, you need to register as soon as possible, okay? We do have an upper limit on how many people we can have at the event. I'm not super worried about that. What I do need to do is by October 2nd, I need to lock in the food plan. Okay, the food is not cheap, by the way. All right, I told people this already. It's like a ticket to the event is $20, and I'm paying about $114 per person to feed them for the day. So I'm eating about $80. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying that to make you feel bad or anything. What I am saying is that if only 50 people have registered and I buy food for 50 people and then 90 people show up, it's going to be make a friend and split the meals. Like this is the, Great Depression. And you're like Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and Goofy trying to split one bean 3 ways. I need you to register if you're coming to the conference. If you've been sitting on the fence about coming, make a decision, please. I'm begging you to please decide if you're going, and if you are, take the moment and register. I need the numbers to be accurate. We're getting very close to this. Like we're buying badges right now. Elliot's doing the badges. We're buying 100. I'm hoping for 100. That's what we're trying to nail for. So if more than 100 people come, some people aren't going to get badges. I have to make choices. It takes time to like print these things and get them shipped and delivered. So if you're waiting to the last minute, you're actually really not being supportive. So please, if you're coming, take action. All right, let's keep cooking here. I'm ready for some questions. Question coming in hot from Mickey. Are you delivering the awareness and training October event on YouTube? I don't want to miss any sessions. So, no, I'm not necessarily. So, Mickey, the thing I'm doing with Cisco and like these different weeks is I'm going to be having like some published content. I'll be doing that on LinkedIn with like some resources people can use. I'll be doing YouTube shorts with Cisco and some of their workforce around certain topics and stuff like that. I will not be doing a awareness live stream, although I don't know, maybe I will. The badges are sick, by the way. Phil Stafford, I've seen them. They're super sick. Soulshine says, how powerful is your computer? I'm assuming you're talking about the one that I'm on right now. I have a couple computers for different things. I've just opened my system information thing. This is a 64 gigs of RAM. I'm running an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X 8-core 3.8 gigahertz processor. I have a GPU in here, but I'm not sure. I don't see what GPU I have. I'm definitely running I'm definitely running an NVIDIA GPU, but I don't remember what it is. 1 second, let me open NVIDIA. All right, I'll tell you that in a hot minute. I don't know. I just tried to launch NVIDIA and then I heard some sound effects in my ear, so I don't know what that is. I think I'm running like an RTX 4080 or something like that. Let's go. Face Doyle says, just wanted to thank you for the video on the 9 YouTube channels to check out. Super useful. Pumped for the Cyber Awareness Month. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Face Doyle. So for those who didn't know, I actually tried a new experiment. I'm always experimenting. And I released these 3 videos all at the same time, which is considered a poor practice in the YouTube algorithm space. You're not supposed to release 3 at the same time. But you could see this one video has got 11,000 views in 4 days. This video, 6,700 views. This video, 2,000 views. This is the video that most people are really resonating with. The 9 YouTube channels that can give you, can replace a $100,000 cybersecurity degree. So you can do it for free. Go check out this. There you go. Go check that out. Thank you, Face Doyle. I hope you guys like it. Also, I hope you like this is another you may or may not know. Where is it? Bro. I'm trying, like, the way look at this, excuse me, this look, like I set up this look. So I'm trying to go for more of a more intimate, personal thing. Stay tuned. I actually made some decisions yesterday. In 2026, I'm actually going to be doing a lot more produced videos the way that Simply Cyber used to be. So I'll communicate 2026 changes later on when we get closer to the year. Right before I go dormant, because remember, everyone, I'm taking the last 2 weeks off from Simply Cyber, from everything. I'm taking 2 weeks off and getting right, because I've been not right for a minute, and I need to get right. Scole07, looking to pivot into a new role in the near future. Do you have any tips on having more work-life balance outside of the traditional Monday to Friday 9 to 5 work schedule? Honestly, Scole07, one thing that I would think of would be like, if you can like find a hobby or find a passion, find something that you're into that aligns in some way with your actual job. Right now, obviously, if you're into like paintball, well, actually, say you're into paintball, okay? Maybe you try to organize a group team outing or like an event or a club at work for paintball. Now, again, you might not want to hang out with your coworkers, but what I'm trying to say is like, it could be an opportunity for relationship building and networking and stuff like that. Plus you get to do something you like paintball. Or if you want to get involved, like say you're into cybersecurity, obviously, maybe you start volunteering for a cybersecurity nonprofit like Black Girls Hack or, one of like Boots to Books veteran organization, like something like that. So now you're doing something volunteer based, but it's still aligned with your career goals. Okay. Again, I'm trying to give you ideas that can like be like
become best friends. Yep.
An economy of scale type thing. So hopefully that works. Mona Claiborne, first timer. Mona Claiborne, welcome to the party, pal. Looks like we got a super chat here. Oh, my good friend Kayla Sturgeon. Thank you, Kayla. Says, glad you're taking some R&R, Jerry. Yeah, thank you, Kayla. Haven't really done that in 5 years. I'm due. I do take a week every June where my family and another family rent a house up in New Hampshire and do stuff like that. But as enjoyable as it is, you know, it's a lot of activities, a lot, like I'm not just like chilling. Shane says, do you need bodies to volunteer at SCCon? Yes, I do. I will be communicating that out as we get closer. And you know, like people to like check in registration, people to make sure the next speaker's ready to speak and all that other stuff. Oh, I also had a speaker cancel on Simply CyberCon a couple days ago. Ugh. So appreciate that. You know what? Things happen. We're going to make it up. Oh, I do want to tell everyone who's here right now, if you are coming to Simply CyberCon and you would like to conduct a pop-up workshop, so like a 15, 20, 30-minute workshop, right? Like maybe you're Christina Paulika and you want to do something around SEO. Maybe you want to do a resume review or a link. I'm actually thinking about doing like a LinkedIn best practice, like roast type thing. James McQuiggan mentioned doing some stuff. We're going to have the formal 2 talk tracks, but in the chill out room, which is going to have a Magic the Gathering commander table, a Nintendo Wii, some other stuff. I want to set up a little pop-up, like, you know, 10 chairs and like a little projector and allow people to just do little pop-up workshops, completely organic, super in the moment. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So stay for that. All right, let's keep going. Are you planning to demo any Cisco software like Packet Tracer for those trying to learn new software? No, Tech Grunt. It's not partnering with Cisco in that way. But I will tell you, Tech Grunt, and everybody else here, since you mentioned it, for those who didn't know, this is Simply Cyber Academy, which is Simply Cyber's online school. Tons of training and education there. But I want to let everyone know that this course right here, Cyber Career Launchpad, is free, $0. You can sign up for this right now for free. But I wanted to point out that I actually have a lecture in here on IT and networking basics, which has you using Packet Tracer and how to use it and the value of it. So like as far as tying it to Packet Tracer, I already have content that is doing what you're asking right now. So like in this lecture, I demo it and show you what you need to do with it in order to get value. And this is a free course. So I'm a big fan of developing content so you can so I, you know, for economies of scale, because I don't have tons of time. So if you didn't know, now you know. All right, let's keep going. Hey, Dr. Auger, any good book recommendations? Well, Kevin Sullivan, it depends what you're wanting. I will tell you, speaking of Christina Paulika, the librarian, we do maintain simplycyber.io/books. And this is my, you know, suggested reading list, if you will. I think this book, The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman, is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Tracers in the Dark is phenomenal. This has to do with like blockchain and hunting down criminals through the blockchain. And This Careless People was a pretty good read by Sarah Wynne Williams. This is a look at the inside culture of Facebook during their rise and how, you know, the executives really didn't care about people. This Nicole Powerroth book is excellent. This is How They Tell Me the World Ends, Cyber Weapons Arm Race. This book reads like a spy thriller, but it's based in all reality. So those are some recommendations, Kevin Sullivan. Hopefully that tickles your fancy a little bit. All right, continuing on. If you have, this is Jawjacking. I'm Jerry. Cyber professional, 20 years. If you got any questions, please ask them in chat with a Q at the front and I will answer them. Straw Hat Sec is coming. Straw Hat Sec, thank you. I appreciate it. And I know, hey, listen, I know some people have to fly. I know the hotels and lodging isn't free. I understand all this. And I got to tell you, if you cannot make it to Simply CyberCon, I completely understand. I'm not throwing shade if you can't make it. I'm just saying if you are going to make it, please register so we can have an accurate head count. And for all those who don't know, we will be simulcast streaming the talk tracks at Simply CyberCon. So if you can't make it, you can still be part of it. Remember, our core values are support, inclusion, and empowerment. I'm trying to make it accessible for everybody, whether you can make it in person or not. All right, continuing to look at the chats. Levon says, I'm new to your page. What's the current role? What is your current role? So Levon, you can, I think if you're, so I worked in GRC for 20 years. I run a consulting practice for cybersecurity. I'm the director of strategy at a pen testing firm. I'm the chief content officer for Simply Cyber's YouTube page. I'm the chief academic officer for Simply Cyber Academy. I'm adjunct faculty at the Citadel Military College. I'm on multiple advisory boards for cybersecurity companies. I'm a dad and a husband. All right. Roswell UK says, what answer would you give an interview? You know, I actually wonder if I have other jobs that I didn't even mention. Oh, I'm adjunct faculty at Mount Wachusett Community College. Now I'm kind of curious. I forget all the jobs I have. I'm the conference director at Simply CyberCon, of course. Yep, that's it. Okay. What answer would you give to an interview question? Describe 3 cloud security issues and how would you deal with them? Oh boy. So cloud security, I mean, if you really wanted to boil it down and make it easy to remember for any situation, number 1, you could talk about misconfigurations. Number 2, you could talk about poor, you know, I guess, poor architecture, right? So like, you know, not having like VPNs or having internet facing stuff that doesn't make sense, right? So that's not really a misconfiguration. That's an architecture problem. And then 3, like crappy, you know, identity and access management, which is huge in zero trust, right? So again, I'm not giving you like an S3 leaky bucket, right? I'm going for like the broad categories: misconfiguration, identity and access management, and architecture changes. And then you can just pick your own adventure, Roswell UK. You've nailed the 3 categories, right? So then misconfiguration, you could point to leaky S3 buckets, or you can point to, I guess the leaky S3 buckets comes to mind right away. You could point to an Azure VM with RDP open to the internet. Like, that's stupid. Or public IP address on an internal asset. Stupid. Architecture, right? Maybe you don't have dev test prod, right? You just have dev and prod, right? And you're pushing dev changes to prod, right? That's a problem. Identity and access management. Everyone's a global admin, right? That's a problem. Your Entra ID is misconfigured. You don't have multi-factor authentication. Like, you can choose your own adventure, right? A whole bunch of different things. That's what I would say. All right. Can you make a deep fake video of yourself? You know what? I don't have I don't, maybe? I mean, is it a deep fake video if it's you making it of yourself? Like, at that point, why not just make the video? I will tell you, James McQuiggan, the same James McQuiggan who's doing the deepfake video at noon today. I want to show you this. What the hell? Hold on. I made a mistake. Okay, hold on. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. To your point, he actually did a Wild West Hack and Fest video or lecture last year. They've since released it. And I just want to point out, scrubbing. Oh, this isn't it. Yeah, right here. So James actually deep faked my voice, and then he actually deep faked me. See that stupid look on my face? Look. Well, he actually had it talking at one point. So I have already been deep faked. So I'll go check that out. You can look for it. Digital Doppelgangers, Wild West Hack and Fest, James O'Quiggin. All right. We got plenty of time here. Roswell K, what do you think if Neo took both pills? I know that you're just having a fun question here, but I think the same exact thing would happen because I think the blue pill was a placebo and the red pill was the radio interference button. So nothing would have changed. Kyle says he's available to speak. All right, Kyle, send me an abstract. We'll see if it fits the conference. Christina Paulika, let me know if you want to do a pop-up workshop at Simply CyberCon, or if you're coming to Simply CyberCon, and then if yes, then if you want to do that. So Tamika says, will there be companies looking for recruits? Probably not, Tamika. We have 4 sponsors: Side Channel, Soteria, ThreatLocker, and Simply Cyber. And I don't think they're going to be looking, but that doesn't mean they're not looking. But there won't be like an explicit, like, we're here to hire booth thing. All right. Zach says, how do we deal with burnout? Just finding new hobbies? Yeah, I mean, I feel like dealing with burnout and mental health is a really personal, not personal, like I don't want to talk about it. I feel like how you deal with it is specific to the individual. So for me personally, I like to, the way I kind of try to manage burnout on a regular. So like when I push away from my computer at 6 p.m. in the evening, like I don't do more work. I'll check some email and stuff like that. But if I check an email and it's a work related thing, I'll flag it. So when I get to work at 7 a.m. on the next work day, I'll have a punch list of things to do. But I try to be like present with my wife and my kids and my dogs. I try to be present, or I'll like gluttonously play Magic the Gathering. Like for me, that's how I deal with it. I love running. I'm a big fan. I don't know if other people agree with this, but like I'm a big fan of like physical activity complements mental exhaustion, right? So like I love playing Magic the Gathering, but it's almost like mindless for me. I suck at it, so it's easy. But running, it engages a different part of the body, so I enjoy that. So for me, I guess, Zach, I would say physical activity. All right. Any book avoid recommendations? Ooh. I haven't read a book that I didn't really like too much lately. No, not really. I don't have any book avoid recommendations. I record the Russian cyber session since you missed it. Oh, cool. Thanks, Boju. I appreciate that. I'm going to reach out to Flare too and find out if they have that officially so I can make it available to other people. Off topic, but what's some good anime people are watching? My son is like hardcore watching One Piece right now. He's like, I think it's almost like a challenge to him to read it all or to watch it all because it's like 1,000 episodes. He's on like episode 500. What are you doing, Phil Stafford? What do you mean a pen testing firm? Oh, I forgot I was on MTV too, Levon. Thank you, Kyle. Phil Stafford, stop with the influencer. Don't do that. Roswell, UK, completely understand, dude. I hope you can join us virtually as well, man. All right. In light of all your projects, what tools do you use to keep straight? I use Notion. I use Notion and I use a notebook. Like a physical pen and paper notebook. Mental Edge, how are you today? How are the dogs? Family. Dogs are great. They got their teeth clean, no teeth extraction. They were all jacked up on drugs yesterday, but they are good to go. Kids are great. You know, they're young, so they do kid stuff, but they're fine. My wife, phenomenal. I love my wife. Guys, I got to tell you, like when my wife walks in the room or I walk in a room that my wife's in, I feel great. Oh, I love my wife. Some of you had a chance to meet her. She'll be at Simply CyberCon. Stream Logic. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet will be doing his anti-siphon training today at noon. Here's that deepfakes explained. I'll drop a link in chat. There you go. James McQuiggan. Big fan of James McQuiggan. What's PITA mean? Pain in the butt. What are you doing there, ZV? I don't know. Looking for questions with a Q? Justin Gould's right. Yeah. You know your team sucks if they have a 1 o'clock kickoff. That's the hallmark. How do you go about cyber consultancy? Oh, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know, businesses reach out. They want to talk. They want some guidance. I do less like audits and enterprise risk assessments now. It's more like, I guess, like vCISO strategy type stuff more than anything. Do you have any resources for building a purple team from the ground up? Not really. I do have some videos on the channel around purple teaming. You know who's a great purple team person? Killage Ohal. Check this dude out. Mike Small. He's actually speaking at Simply CyberCon. But he's got some good information around purple teaming. Tell him Simply Cyber sent you. Who asked that question? Killage? K-I-L. Yeah, go check this guy out. Michael Small. Ask him. He came on the channel. He's a great guy. Loves to help. And I remember him having purple teaming resources. Kuda Chimera. Can you change a cyber job interview into a pitching presentation? Show PowerPoint slides on how you can address the business plan highlighted in the job description. Yeah. I'll tell you what. You know, if like that's actually kind of a clever move. You don't really know what you're walking into, like, because you might not have the ability to like present your slides, right? Maybe you're just meeting in the CISO's office, but I do think that's really cool. If you could kind of commandeer, like, look at me, I'm the captain now, a job interview, and do this, because then you could show like what your presentation style's like, what your quality of the slides look like, how you're presenting, like what your presentation capabilities are. And then your research, your initiative. I love this. I've never had anyone do it. I've never thought of doing it, but it is very clever. Okay, Alice says, how did you push through the fear of an unknown imposter syndrome to step out of your comfort zone and try new things or positions? You know, it's funny. I used to never do that. You know, I used to be really confident in like what I knew and stick with that. I got to tell you though, to me, it really is about mental perspective. Okay, Alice and everybody in chat right now. Like if you're doing things that only make you comfortable, you're not really growing. You're not really expanding, right? Think about going to the gym, right? You go to the gym, you don't know how any of the machines work, you feel awkward and clumsy and stuff, and you get discouraged and you don't go. It's much more comfortable to just not go to the gym, right? Well, are you okay? You can do that, but you're not really getting healthy, getting stronger, taking care of business. Now imagine, and this is true for some people, imagine you push through and you do go to the gym 3 days a week for 2 weeks. You're going to start learning the machines or like your little circuit or workflow that you're going to do. And then by the time you show up the third week, you're just kind of like walking right to the machine. Maybe you're waving to the same person that you see on the treadmill every time you show up. And you're confident, you feel good. You just have to push through it. Just know that if you're suffering fear of the unknown, punch it in the face, right? Just kind of lean into it. Okay, I know it's scary and not everything's going to be a win. Okay, some things are going to, not be a W. Okay, but you don't know unless you try. If you don't do it, you're definitely not going to advance, right? It's if you don't do it, it's not going to happen. If you do it, you're either going to go back to what it was like when you didn't do it, if it fails, or you're going to move forward and grow, develop a skill, develop a relationship, develop something, right? So get up on it. I got to tell you, like I am not a man possessed, but it's just, there's so much opportunity and there's just so little time to do all the things. So to not do them, it's like, I mean, Alice, like right now we're running a conference. I've grown the conference. I've added training. I've done a bunch of different things and went wider. And right now on balance, it looks like I overshot the size of this conference, right? Which is going to be a little bit painful. But if I didn't try it, if I just did a virtual conference only, I don't know. You know what I mean? This could turn out to be like something huge one day. Okay. What deck colors do you default to? Jeffrey Spear, my man Jeffrey. I have brand colors for Simply Cyber, but I like dark blue and white. I like dark mode everything. I mean, we don't really print slide decks out anymore, so having dark mode everything isn't really a problem. Oh, Escole07 run some DayZ. I got to tell you, I'm very happy that I've gotten over my DayZ addiction. That was a dark time. Jerry from Rob. Jerry, ever been on a cruise? Family doing the first one in November. No, I've never been on a cruise. Mrs. Auger and I actually paid for and registered for a cruise, and then she got pregnant with our first child, and at a certain point you can't be on a cruise if you're a certain God man, it's been a minute. If you're far enough along, they won't let you on the cruise ship because they're afraid that you might have the baby on the cruise. So we had to cancel that. So no, I've never been on a cruise. I've heard great things about it. I hope you have a good time, dude. I do. Dream Logic says, can you share? I'm sorry. I thought you meant PowerPoint slide deck, Jeffrey. Dude, I'm like black and blue, Demir. So mono black or black or blue or black and green. I dabble with some green and white. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to pull off a certain combo or something like that. But for the most part, I like black and blue. MTV link. I don't know where you can watch this, but I will. It's called Double Life Caught in the Act. I think it's on Amazon Prime now. YouTube TV. Got kind of panned. Oh, look it. That's funny. The screenshot on Google actually comes up with me. That's me right there in Tamar. Yes, it looks like I'm using an ad blocker. All right, I don't know where it is on mtv.com, but let me see if I can do it really quickly. Oh, Eon Flux, there's a throwback. Oh, here it is, Caught in the Act AA. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry, Dream Logic. All right, next question coming in hot. And we are at 9:30, so I'll just answer a couple more, and then we're gonna get on out of here. I got some work to do. I don't know what Phoenix 24 is, Viper, so I don't have an opinion on it. Is an associate's degree in Cisco security good enough to get a decent cybersecurity mid-level role? By itself, unlikely. That partner with some practical experience for sure. Mid-level, you definitely need prior experience, right? Like you're not going to get a mid-level role unless you've got the experience from the junior level role. Rhonda Rummerfield offering some guidance around the dog's teeth. ProDen Plaque Off powder. You know, we are actually adding some powder to their it's periodontal or something like that. We added to their dog food. I don't know. They still had to get put to sleep so they could have their teeth cleaned. All right. Do you have a favorite distro of Linux? I mean, I like Ubuntu. I know it's basic B, but I like Ubuntu. Sec Plus, CH, do you think it makes sense to apply for help desk positions considering? Yeah. I mean, help desk is a great way to get in. And you don't have to be there forever. I mean, just get in and then immediately start trying to like make relationships with cybersecurity. All right, Justin Gold and everybody that plays Magic the Gathering is dying laughing that I misunderstood what the question was about the deck colors. I'm in business mode right now, right? I guess Jerry Guy should be thinking Magic and Dr. Gerald Auger should be thinking slide decks, but I guess part of it I was thinking is because I'm just about finished getting like a professional official slide deck template. All right. Okay, so we're all caught up here. Jenny Housley is sharing that Linux Mint is a great flavor of Linux, so giddy up on that. All right, everybody, I got to tell you, it was a banger of a Jawjacking. I am super happy that we had a great time. I hope I got to answer all your questions. I felt like we covered a whole bunch. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. We got a busy week coming up. If you're in Greenville, South Carolina, or in the upstate, besides Greenville, let me just share this really quickly. Besides Greenville, September 27th, this Saturday, right there, keynote speaker, Dr. Gerald Auger, this nerd. Okay. So if you're in the upstate and you want to check out a cyber conference that's very cool, Mike Holcomb runs it. I'm the keynote speaker. Very excited about that. Come check that out. Also, I will be at Anti-Siphon Training's Deepfakes webinar today at noon, supporting my friend and Simply Cyber community member, James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. So just a couple things coming out. Obviously, Simply CyberCon. Go register if you're interested, or at least go to simplycybercon.org and look at what's going on. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Have a great day, everybody. And until next time, stay secure. See ya.